In this video, we're going to learn to log additional trips in your monthly ridership and mileage report. You will record any additional trips made during the month that are separate from your regular commute, such as trips for fueling, coming to Pierce Transit for maintenance, or taking your vehicle to a car wash. If your commuter vehicle is called in for service, normally you would have 4 additional trips. First, bringing the commuter vehicle to Pierce Transit. Second, taking the service loaner back to your work or overnight parking location. Third, returning the service loaner back to Pierce Transit. And finally, picking up your commuter vehicle and heading back to work or your overnight parking location. While the bookkeeper is responsible for logging the trips, it is critical that the drivers make the bookkeeper aware of any trips that occur in addition to your regular commute. Our sample group travels 8 miles off their route each time they come in for maintenance service. Let's get started. First, you want to go to rideshare.piercetransit.org and sign in. Click Reports in the blue ribbon along the top of the screen. Enter the report. And now, this example, the report opens on the daily calendar view of the ridership report. Let's click into a calendar day. Here we can see the distance to work is 12.11 miles and the return trip home is 13.87 miles. This is the regular commute mileage. However, we need to capture the additional mileage from our maintenance trip. To record an additional trip, click the green monthly reporting button in the top left corner and select additional trips. You need to log each one-way trip that deviates from your normal route to ensure your mileage report calculates correctly at the end of the month. Now remember, your regular commute miles are already captured on the calendar, so we're only capturing any out-of-the-way miles. For example, click Add Trip. Record additional trips for each assigned vehicle, as well as any service loaners used during the month. Select your drivers from the drop-down list and the trip purpose from the trip purpose drop-down menu. A fuel wash, miles off route, taking your vehicle to get a wash. Maintenance, you bring your vehicle in for service on your day off. Incidental, you take the vehicle to the doctor during the workday. Other, you're a new group and each driver drove 20 miles to familiarize yourself with the vehicle. Imagine for this example, you're bringing your assigned vehicle in for an oil change, which is a maintenance trip. Enter the date of this trip. Enter the starting odometer when you began, and once you arrived to Pierce Transit, and click Save. Now you're getting ready to drive away from Pierce Transit in your service loaner, and that's another trip. So we'll select the service loaner and the driver, and this is still a maintenance trip that occurred on the same day. Select the odometer reading when the service loaner departed Pierce Transit and the odometer when you arrived back to work or your overnight parking location. That completes the round trip to and from Pierce Transit on May 13th. Now imagine we've called to tell you service is complete and it's time to return the service loaner. That's another trip. Select the service loaner. Select the driver. This is still a maintenance trip. The date of the return trip. And what was the odometer reading at your work site? And what was it when you arrived to Pierce Transit? And finally, we logged the last additional trip putting you back in your primary vehicle. Still a maintenance trip. What was the odometer reading when you left Pierce Transit and when you arrived back to your work site or your overnight parking location? And that's it. Now your mileage report accounts for your additional trips off your route. Great work.